Building the Ark in the Drizzle, on the Unseen Network and the Urgency of Dry Ground, by Shashue Monrauch, March 29th, 2026. The rain is falling hard as I write this. A steady, heavy drumming on the roof. The morning light is dull, a thick gray blanket that forces the world into first gear. My car idles forward without pressure on the pedal. This is not a darkness. It is a withholding of light, a calling to move slow, to feel the traction of the road beneath you, to understand you are not in control of the weather, only your readiness for it. I woke with this weather in my bones and a specific charge in my spirit, the Unseen Network. I have spoken of it. On a podcast, I called it End Times Solutions. I have talked about it with friends over coffee. I have painted a picture of a body of Christ, reconnected, decentralized, operating on the economy of character, not fear, a geolocation of grace where need meets gift without a platform middleman, an economy where the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, is the only collateral that matters. But this morning, in the dull drum of the rain, the question turned inward, sharp and personal. What have I actually built? Am I Noah, warned of the flood and building in obedient faith on dry ground? Or am I a man who has studied the blueprints, given stirring speeches about art construction, but whose own tools lay clean and unused in the shed? The charge I feel is not merely to build for my own household. It is to build and document in a shareable way, step by simple step. This is the difference between an empire worldview and a kingdom worldview laid bare. The empire mind asks, how can I monetize this time and effort? How can this project serve me? The kingdom mind asks, how can I document this process so simply that my mother's 80-year-old friends could understand it and implement it to whatever degree they are able in their own lives? One seeks to build a personal fortress, the other seeks to equip a people. So let me not just speak of the network. Let me confess my own starting point here in the drizzle before the storm. My gift audit. I am a writer, a connector. My primary gift is not with my hands, but with words and a capacity to see links between people and needs. The geolocation of grace begins with knowing who has what and who needs what. My first act is to truly see my 1-mile radius, not just the houses, but the people in them. The overworked nurse caring for her mother 3 doors down, the young mechanic with a toddler at the end of the street, the widow who grows tomatoes. My work is to listen, to remember, and to become a living switchboard for my corner of the body. My 1-mile radius, it starts with a list. I am making a list, not a database, a simple paper list in a notebook I've labeled the ledger. On one page, gifts. On the facing page, needs. I am not asking for resumes. I am asking, what do you love to do? What do you know how to fix? What is a recurring frustration in your home? This is the beginning of koinonia. It is not efficient, it is relational. My redundant channel, the first thread. This week, I haven't purchased FRS radios, at least not yet. But I did ask a harder question. If I woke tomorrow and my usual channels for connection were gone, if this platform demanded a digital ID, if the grid flickered, where would I go? Where would we go? So I am exploring free open source solutions, decentralized tools that don't rely on a central server or a corporate gatekeeper. The goal is simple, to establish a connection my godmother, my mom's nurse, the housekeeper, a neighbor, and I can use. A way to say, we are okay. Do you need anything? This is the first thread of the mesh network. It is a tangible act of moving trust from a distant, fragile grid to the person whose face I know. My transfer of trust, a conscious diversion. My sprinkler system is in disrepair. Years of driving over the heads, I can't even locate half of them. Before I call a professional, I ask my neighbor. Before I search a solution online, I bring the need to the body. This is the hardest habit to break. The empire's convenience is a seductive trap. It requires me to be vulnerable, to admit I don't have all the skills, to wait on a slower human solution. It is the practice of diverting my dependence. This is the ark I am building. It is not made of gopher wood. It is made of renewed habit. It is built with the lumber of intentional connection, the pitch of practical love, the blueprint of God's design for his people. For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. 1 Corinthians 12:12. We have recited this. It is time to wire it. The podcast spoke of redeeming the tool. The rain this morning speaks of the coming need for the vessel. My part is to pick up one tool, a notebook, a conversation, a resilient channel, and use it for the purpose it was always meant for, binding the body together. I do not have to see the full blueprint. I do not have to know how every connection will interlock. My calling is to take the next obedient step and keep my eyes on him for the one after that, to document it plainly, to show the work. The world's systems are not just creaking. They are fracturing. The whisper is now a steady rain on the roof. The time for talking about the ark is over. The time for fitting the first plank is now. The unseen network becomes visible, one introduced conversation, one recorded skill, one simple battery-powered connection at a time. We build it not from a spirit of fear, but from a spirit of profound love and obedience. We build it because it is what we were always meant to be, a living, functioning body, ready for whatever weather comes. The rain is here. I am going to go write the first name in my ledger. That is all, and thank you for reading.